this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And welcome back to another episode of Manifest with me. So, where are we at in the moon cycle? We have made it past the full moon, and now we are in the phase of the moon that is called the waning moon, or the balsamic moon. This is when the moon appears as if it is growing smaller and smaller and smaller. Soon it will become a little sliver in the sky, and then it will appear as if it is completely gone once we hit the new moon, which I believe is on April 23rd. So we have about 10 days or so to go through this part of the moon cycle, okay? So, what is the balsamic moon or the waning moon about energetically? This is the time in the moon phase where we surrender, where we release, where we rest, where we bring our attention back to our physical body and to our emotions. This is where we really do the inner spiritual work and touch bases with ourselves. So, I would say that this energy is more like 5D energy. When I say 5D, it's more about what's happening in our consciousness versus what's happening in us, like in the physical plane. The first few weeks of the moon cycle, which we've gone through together, were us setting our intentions, making a vision board, meditating on what we desire, and then taking action. And then we hit the full moon and we did a ritual to release and further set our intentions. Now we need to clear energy. We need to make space. So how are we going to be clearing energy over the next 10 days? Well, we're going to start today by confronting what is bothering you, what is on your mind. We're going to be tackling subconscious beliefs, conscious beliefs, things that have been traumatic for us, things that are frustrating us, our biggest worries, our biggest fears, our biggest setbacks, our limitations. We're going to take a look at how we are treating ourselves right now emotionally and also physically. We're going to be doing everything we can basically to open up our energy. So this is where the real work begins. This is where the tough work begins. So you might be feeling a little bit energized now that the full moon has passed. I kind of just gave you guys a couple days to just be with yourselves. There really wasn't a lot of homework or anything during that time, but now get prepared to work, okay? Get prepared to work because there's going to be a lot of assignments, there's going to be a lot of work, and I will also be posting affirmation videos and meditation videos. I know I've been teasing that a lot, but that will be a part of this process as well. So today, what you're going to do, maybe today and tomorrow, is you're going to get a piece of paper or a couple pieces of paper in your notebook, and you're going to write down exactly what you are frustrated about right now, exactly what is bothering you, exactly what is on your mind, the things that you can't stand, the things that you hate, anything from your past that is bothering you, anything in your present. You're basically gonna get all of this down on a piece of paper. So for instance, I'll be vulnerable with you guys for a second and let you know what's bothering me. I'm starting to get very, very frustrated and cabin fever about having to stay inside during this whole lockdown thing. I'm so thankful that I'm able to help others by staying in lockdown, and I continue to do so. But I really miss, going to the beach. I miss being able to leave my house. I miss being able to go out in public. I wish I could get my hair done right now. I wish I could hang out with some of my friends I've met here in Croatia. I'm frustrated. I'm really angry about it. I'm frustrated at how some of the world leaders and people who are in charge are handling this throughout the world. I'm frustrated at a lot of the fear energy that's being spread. There's so many things I'm mad about right now when it comes to that. So for me, I'm probably gonna write about that and like let myself get angry and just write that down on a piece of paper. There's stuff from my past that is bothering me. Since I've been in lockdown, especially, a lot from my past is coming up, things that I still feel frustrated about or sad about or scared about. And so I will write that all down. I've done this before. If you've never done this before, writing down your true emotions and your true feelings, it will be difficult. I'll be honest with you. So there could be things that come up when you're writing down. You might start shaking. You might feel very angry. You might be like writing like, You could start crying in the middle of it. You could start feeling very hopeless. You could start feeling like you're in a very dark place. You could so many things are gonna come up and you might just start feeling like, what the F, So my advice is to just write and write and write and get everything out. The deep things, the things that you don't ever tell anybody, because a lot of us walk around with a smile painted on our face and we act like everything is okay, but deep down inside we have big insecurities, we have big fears and doubts. So if you have any insecurities about yourself or even about your physical body or about just anything that you're going through, write that down on the piece of paper too. Like I'm worried and I'm afraid that I might never make anything of my life. I'm worried I might be stuck in poverty forever. I'm worried about where's my next paycheck gonna come from. Whatever it is, write all that down on your piece of paper, like your biggest worries, your biggest fears, your biggest anxieties, what you went through with your ex and how hard that was for you, and that friend that ditched you in the past and how mad you are at them, and the stuff that's going on with your family, or the fact that you never got to know your father because he left when you were little, or the time that you got in a car accident and you almost lost your life, and how you're still afraid sometimes when you get in the car, whatever. I'm just saying random stuff, but write all of that down. And you could be going on for pages and pages and pages. I suggest to turn on music while you're doing this that helps you connect to those emotions, whether it's angry music, or it's music that makes you feel sad, or breakup music, or it's put on music or sounds that help you to tap into that energy and go there. Allow yourself to go there. Lock your door in your room if you can, light some candles, get some healing crystals around you, and say a prayer before you go into this exercise to ask that anything that needs to be brought up is able to be released, or whatever is the most important can be brought up at this time, okay? So you're gonna sit there for a while and be writing all of this stuff down. And you're gonna be going through that energy. You're gonna be going through those emotions. If tears come up, do not hold them back. I think sometimes we train ourselves to hold those tears back, but let yourself cry. Let yourself look clearly at the shambles of your life. Let yourself go into the shadow and go into the darkness for a moment, okay? And when you feel like you're done, just sit there with those papers in your hand. And just for a moment, you're going to meditate. Hold the pages in your hand or the notebook and just feel into that energy. Feel all the emotions of what it is to be a human, of what it is to be in this body. Feel the duality, the polarity of life. Feel the darkness, feel the shadow. And something really magical will happen to you when you're doing this. Because sometimes by confronting our fear, instead of running away from it, a healing can take place. Just like we talked about with quantum physics in one of our first 2 episodes, about how oftentimes it's simply just allowing yourself to be the observer of life, stepping back into your higher self, looking down on your situation and observing it without judging it, allowing it, is something that can be absolutely incredible for your healing. So the whole point is not to judge yourself, to leave this exercise just being like, well, that's life. It's interesting. This is crazy. I've been through a lot of crap in my life. Wow, I'm strong. Wow, I've made it this far. Wow, this has been such an interesting experience. Wow, I've learned so much. It's more just about looking at all of that and not judging it. Afterwards, with these pieces of paper, you can keep them if you want as a reminder. You can rip them up and throw them away or burn it. I heard that some of you guys had some accidents when you tried to burn your intentions. Because remember on the full moon I told you guys you can rip them up or throw them away or you can burn them. So please, you guys, I know a lot of you are in lockdown right now. It might not be safe to set a fire, but burning it could be good if you can safely do so. Somebody commented me that they burned their toilet seat. You guys. Oh my goodness. So, you know, I was able to safely burn my intentions, luckily, because I have like a property I'm on, but if you're locked down in a small apartment, just rip up the paper and throw it away and just tell yourself, I'm more than that. I'm not my feelings. My feelings are valid. What I've been through is valid, but it doesn't define me. This is also an exercise in not trying to fix anything, because sometimes I've done this exercise and then afterwards I would scribble it all out or I would throw it away and then I would write down my truth. I would write down like what I really do believe or what really is important to me. But in this exercise, I just want you to get it out and then I want you to just rip it up and I want you to be okay with it, okay? So if you end this exercise feeling like crap and you feel worse than you did going into it, that's a possibility. I don't want to trigger anybody's depression or anything. So I would suggest if you need help lifting yourself back up after this, making a music playlist for yourself that has uplifting music like I will survive or something like that. Songs about surviving, songs about like making it through no matter what. One of my favorite songs for that right now is by Tame Impala. It's called On Track. I think I'll leave a link below to the song. It just reminds me like, you know what, crap's gone down, but I'm still on track. I'm still moving forward in my life and that's what matters. So you can say some affirmations to yourself afterwards, or maybe you can just come watch one of my videos or something if that's what lifts you up. But I want you to do this exercise of just being okay with it, being okay with the ugly side or the dark side of yourself and life and what you've been through. And like knowing that you have a voice and it's okay to be angry, it's okay to be upset, it's okay to release those things, it's okay sometimes to break down, it's okay to get angry, it's righteous anger. Obviously you want to, this is a way for you to exercise your emotions in a healthy way. It's when we bottle things up inside that we end up, you know, going out and hurting other people or hurting ourselves or keeping ourselves from manifesting the things we want, because some of these emotions and feelings really start to feel like our truth after a while. So this is just an exercise for feeling your emotions, being okay with them, and realizing you can feel like that, but you can also feel self-love for yourself. You can feel like that, but there can also be a side of yourself that's happy and that's optimistic. You can have those feelings, but you don't have to attach to them and hang on to them forever. And to just admit a beautiful, inspiring, amazing person that you are, that has made it through so much in this life. Like, you're a freaking warrior. Like, you are a survivor. Like, everyone has their story. That's what I've realized from doing personal readings and Skyping with you guys. I'm in awe of how everyone here keeps going despite all the crazy stuff life throws your way. And so this is just being able to look at your shadow and being able to confront it and realizing that's not you, that doesn't define you. It can flow through you, you can allow space for it in your life, but it doesn't have to define you. So I hope that this exercise goes well for you. Let me know how it goes in the comments below. I'm sending you so much love and light, and I will see you back here soon for another episode of Manifest with Me. Peace out.